There's Ian. What's Ian at?
Good evening. All right. What year is it? Oh, good. It's 2000. Phantom Menace on VHS. Jar Jar Binks, y'all. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. 2000. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sing it with me. Let me hear you. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. 2000. Yeah. Oh, all right. Oh, all right. Not bad. Give it up for your host, Mark Hornback, the well Hungarian. Well, all right. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2008. I'm gonna see you at the, I'm gonna see you at the fun. What? Wash your jeans, bring your notebook, bring your jokes. We got a microphone at the phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Is this thing
Come
on?
on. Oh, this
Oh,
is
you're
fun.
laughing at me. Still counts. 2000, 2000, yeah. Phone simulation, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Fun Simulation 2000 Zoom mic. We are still on Zoom. We are not going back to in person yet. A little bit of COVID hotspot in Chicago at the moment. Hopefully that we shut down properly in order to get it under control to then reopen and then eventually shut down again and keep the cycle going for as long as we need. That's because well, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. um Guys, there is a thing going on in the US for our US comics and viewers. The election on Tuesday. Please vote. Please go vote, and don't vote for Trump. Just vote for Biden. Just go vote for Biden. Do it even if you're a communist. Just vote for Biden. He's closer to communism than Trump. It's a scale. It's a scale. You don't have to align perfectly with the person you're voting for. I did a phone bank for the first time today. I was calling voters in Texas, which is a very cool state if Biden pulls off a win there. I probably called about maybe 100 people, and I didn't speak to one open Trump supporter, which was weird because that's what I wanted. I wanted to talk to a Trump supporter. I didn't find any. I did get sworn at by Biden supporters, which was very strange. I called and asked if we could depend on their vote on Tuesday, and he said, "I already fucking voted for Biden. What else do you want me to do?" And then he took me off his list. And I go, "Okay, I'll take you off the," and he goes, "No, don't talk anymore. Just hang up. Why are you talking?" And I said, "Okay, I'm just gonna," he goes, "Don't, no, okay. No more okay, nothing." So then I just hung up. But I mean, that's good. I mean, even that guy with that kind of rage is rage voting for Biden. I think people are going to be okay. The strangest call I had was to a woman that answered, and when I asked if I could depend on her vote on Tuesday, she said, "We don't vote in this house. We don't vote," and then hung up. And I thought, okay, well, then those are not the people you want to vote, because those people are going to have some strange views. I count that as a Trump supporter. They probably were a Trump supporter and then got COVID, and then now they can't support Trump. But God damn it, they will not vote for Biden. But yeah, everybody here is voting for Biden, or I will boot them out of the mic and ban them forever. Everybody pledged
Yeah.
their vote. Everybody took a picture of their ballot and showed it to me in order to go on tonight. So very excited about that. Very, very excited. What else happened this week that was interesting? Um, oh yeah, Sarah Silverman was on the call. That was very interesting. She didn't do any material. It was the most famous comedian I've seen on a Zoom call that did no comedy. That was really depressing. That's why I went on the call. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get this started. People are gonna get 4 minutes. If you stick around to the end, Fastest minute in comedy. Everyone does an extra minute. I go through the list of who's here. Lighter list tonight, about 13 people. Someone says they're not on the list. They signed up real fast. You're going to be on the bottom of the list. Just wherever you see that last name there, you're the comedian after that last one. That's how I do it. If people show up late, this is going to be very good. Yesterday was Halloween. I hope everybody had fun and safe fun. I decided I bought a fire pit and I would have a bonfire in my driveway and not give out candy, which was very strange for me to sit in a lawn chair in my driveway with a fire that was essentially in what looks like a garbage can, and children walking by and asking me for candy and saying, I don't have candy, and then going back to warming up my hands over a fire, which I think is probably going to be a more recurring thing next year, probably. I have a feeling in the next 6 months, it will not be the only time where I'm keeping myself warm under a garbage fire and having people ask me for food and me denying them. That's probably how the next 2 years will go if you don't vote for Biden on Tuesday. That's all I'm going to say. Please unfriend me on Facebook if you disagree with me. I don't really care. You are pretty much a huge piece of shit if you vote for Trump at this point. I think it's all established. We know that. On that note, on that hilarious, lighthearted opening I just did to set the stage for laughs by threatening people. That's how I'm going to be doing it. I'll be better. I'll either be way better next week or way worse next week. There will be a lot of rage or a lot of joy, but we'll see what happens. Our first comedian, local Chicago comic, please welcome Andrew Shankland.
Hello, everybody. Love a start on phone banking jokes. Love phone banking jokes. I like to phone bank. I do that. The thing that I like about phoning, I'm very bad at talking to women unless I'm phone banking. That's the only time I can do it. And I wish that there was a way for me to like date by phone banking. You know, I could be like, hey, this is Andrew. I'm with Virgins for Change. Could we maybe count on your support in some way, shape, or form? Every little bit helps, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a sexy person in bed. I don't do that. And if someone, I think if somebody was like, oh, talk dirty to me, I would just recite a phone banking script. I'd be like, my name's Andrew. I'm here with the Chicago Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression. We're asking if you could call your alder person, ask them to support CPAC. Okay. I grew up in a very conservative town. And we would debate politics in my classes. We would do that. And I went to school with a Republican horse girl. She was a Republican horse girl, right? So she was always like, people need to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. I'm like, you sound so stupid. They are called stirrups. Okay. Thanks. People are always saying that Jews control the banks. They say Jews control the banks. It's like, hey, both of my grandpas were bankers. Don't you think I'd know if they were Jewish? You know, like they'd always be wearing hats. Okay, that doesn't really make sense. I don't like it when people use farming metaphors for sex. You know, I don't like when they're like, oh, I plowed, or like, oh, I sowed my seed, because it's like, I don't care how good you are at sex, you know, you're not getting government subsidies for it. Okay. Great. I have a personal problem in my life where I cry at every movie I see, but I will not cry at anything personal in my life. Like someone could be breaking up with me, crying, and I'll be like, this is sad, but it's no Ratatouille, you know? Cool. That just makes me look and sound like a bad person, I think. I'm a religious guy. People hate that. I'm religious, and people are like, oh, God is just Santa for adults. It's like, that's not true, because I don't think Santa would care if I had premarital sex, you know? Like if I really went to town on a gal and I walked outside, Santa'd be waiting there and he'd be like, Andrew, you never stopped believing in me, so I never stopped believing in you, right? He'd be like, here's some cookies. I'd be like, it's good to be naughty. All right, folks. I got a religion. No, I did that last week. We'll skip that. More religion stuff. I don't like that whenever someone's like, oh, like you're like, oh, you want to come over and watch a movie? They assume you're gonna make out. Like they assume it's like gonna be like that. I hate that. Because like, why can't we just watch a movie? You know, like I don't want to make out with someone during The Big Lebowski. Then it's like I'm having a threesome with the Coen brothers. Like, and, if I'm gonna have a threesome with the Coen brothers, it's gonna be the way I imagined it. Okay. Pretty fun. I saw this woman on a dating app who was a very out Republican. She was like on her profile. She's like, I think George Soros is behind all the American civil unrest. And I was like, yeah, she is hot. I think that's how guys become Republicans. They just see like a hot girl and they're like, I guess all lives do matter. All right. Well, that bombed last time and it bombed this time, so I will never do it again. Okay. Let's see. Paul Revere, like him, cool figure in American history. Paul Revere is. I like Paul Revere. I like Paul Revere because he was riding around on a horse yelling, and I think everyone's like, oh, a guy from Boston that's not saying the N-word. This is important. Huge joke. Crushed. Okay. I got.
That's Andrew's time, guys.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't see the 1
It's all
minute.
good. Just yeah, no, it's all good. I will do that. I'll cut in if somebody starts going over a little bit.
Thank you.
Are we implying that with that AOC is a communist? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I had to crop it to make it fit, but it's Bernie as like in like USSR like military holding. I think it's obviously a Photoshop, but yes, that is the implication of it.
I don't think that's
It's a
helping.
Photoshop. It's not real.
I don't think that's helping anyone win elections, though. I think maybe we put a real communist up when we actually want to start running communist. I don't think we should run communist. I think communists should vote for Biden. I think we should all vote for Biden, and then we'll be happy next week. Our next comedian coming up just showed me his ballot. He voted for Biden. It's amazing. Please welcome Gary Hughes. I'll stop.
I thought that was Rosario Dawson the whole time. I was like, what's Rosario doing with Biden? I'm so confused. All right, let's get to it, I guess. I can't wait. I don't know. I can't wait for like non-binary stereotypes. Because like everything has a stereotype, right? If you drive a certain car, dress a certain way, everything has a stereotype. I just can't wait for non-binary stereotypes. Something very like simple, like non-binary people take long lunch breaks. They just do. I don't know why. They just need some stereotypes. I hate to go eat with a non-binary person. They take so long to pick what to eat, among other things. Stuff like that. Now their drink order takes a long time too. Their drink order takes a long time. I'm just waiting for the non-binary stereotypes. People hate that stuff. We're the social justice warriors. I dare you to come for me. So stupid. I hate like seeing like lost dog posters, like missing dog posters here in the Bay Area. Because first of all, they remind me of like old slave posters, kind of where it started. If a slave ran away, they'll put a poster up, dead or alive. So I always rip them down. I'd be like, let them be free. You know what I mean? They ran away for a reason. Why would I even snitch on them? I'm an ally. I'd be like, sometimes I'd be like, yo, puppy, you can hide in here. They won't find you in here. Yes. Days.
And don't
Cops come by. What's that barking noise? Nah, I'm listening to DMX. Nah, ain't no puppies here. So I do like to do that. Let's see what else I do. I realize something that's dangerous is smartwatches. You ever talk to someone with a smartwatch? They never looking at you. They just be like, yeah, yeah. They always looking at, like, if Secret Service had smartwatches, the president would be dead by now, right? It'd be like, oh, I got a text. Oh shit, I'm so sorry, Mr. President. That's more of like a physical thing. I gotta be in person for me to do this joke. You know what I mean? I feel like I did a nice like sniper bullet. I thought that was so cool. Like you sound like you thought that was a Nerf ball coming at you. Anyway, but if you guys show me your hands, who had whoopings growing up? Who got whoopings, like physical whoopings for their parents? Okay, you got whoopings. All right,
Yeah.
all right, I got whoopings as well. So. I'm ranking my top 3 whoopings. All right, in third place, I was a little bit part of that Switch family. I had to go out and get a Switch. That was in third place, right? Second place, my mother used to whip me with an extension cord. You know what an extension cord is? Like unplug the whole house on my, like if you walk past my apartment and the whole house is blacked out, you knew I was getting my ass whooped because she unplugged the whole house. So you just hear screams in the dark. The first place, the worst one of all, is when she just made me stand in a corner. She's like, stand in the corner and don't until I tell you. Because we had mold in the corner, so I just breathed in mold for 30 minutes and I was just like dying. She'd be like, deep breaths. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm Gary Hughes. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Gary. Thank you, Gary Hughes. I think that's what everybody should do when a joke doesn't go over, is just say it's a lot better in person. It's just, this really works. It kills at the clubs, guys. I can't wait to get back and kill at them. That's no, it's true. I think I do think I'm missing a lot of people's physical bits. And I think people aren't doing enough prop comedy for having so many props around them at all times. So the next person that does prop comedy gets an extra minute. No, I'm not going to do that. It's just going to be real. That's not a reward. That's the thing. Yeah, it's not a reward to be given.
For anyone.
Our next meeting coming up. Please welcome from New York, Ralph Anthony.
Hey, all right. Awesome. Hell yeah. Oh, fuck. I did not. Because Katie isn't here. Fuck. Okay. Oh, man. Probably should have been paying attention to that. All right. Good. Okay. I will. I don't. Can this count as a prop? It's not plugged in. I'm trying to channel my inner critique. What do you say? Am I doing it good? Let me see. Can I hide it under my fake beard? Can I hide it under my fake beard? Okay. Stop killing time rounds. That's it. That's all that's going on right now. All right. Okay, cool. I've realized that I can't hook up the way that I used. Like we were talking about relationships earlier. Like I can't hook up the way that I used to. Okay, I can't do it. You know, before Corona, safe sex meant just wearing a condom. Now safe sex just means wearing a mask. You know, no condom, no condom, no problem. But you still got to get off. You still got to get off. You know, we all have needs, and you can't go out. You can't hook up like the way that you used to. So I did this deep sexual dive, and I realized I got some fetishes, man. I got some fetishes, but they're not like the cool ones. Okay, so when I did this deep dive, it was like I was like an advent calendar. Like you open up a door, there's a little chocolate. That chocolate is my fetish. You know? But I didn't have cool fetishes, man. I did not have cool ones. I wasn't into like, you know, bondage. I wasn't into role playing. No, my fetish, sexting. Yeah, sexting was my fetish. Words get me off, Alicia. Words get me off. That's it. Fuck a Playboy. Give me a Webster's. That's what I'm about. I'm about this life. That's what I'm all about. Like I just want a woman that's gonna mentally jerk me off. That's what I'm looking for. Mentally jerk me off in the beginning and then mind fuck me when it's all over. That's what I'm looking for. You know, just send me something. Just let me know. You know, tell me how you're gonna pin me down, tie me up, wear a mask when you fuck me, like hot shit. That's what I want. That's what I want. My imagination is way more vivid than any porn site that I've ever been to. And let me tell you, boys and girls, I went to the best site. I went to UJizz.com, because you know what you're getting in the title. You know what you're getting. If you have jizz in the title, you know that's going to be dope. You know it's going to be great. UJizz.com is like the Hustler magazine of porn sites. Like it is just raunch and filth. I don't fuck with Pornhub because it has hub in the name, and hub means corporate, and corporate means scheduled sex. So, not trying to go to the scheduled sex website of porn sites. But I'm a horrible texter. But you know who's not horrible? Doctors. Doctors aren't horrible texters. They're smart. They know what to say. You know, but we're stupid. So like we'll say things like, I want you to pinch my nipples. But does a doctor say, I want you to apply pressure to my areolas? We'll say something like, fuck, you know what's going to make me come? If you put a finger in my ass. Well, would a doctor just prefer to say, you know what'll help me ejaculate? Is if you insert a phalange into my anus. I love to say, suck my dick. Guys love to say that, suck my dick. Well, would a doctor just want to say, I want to put my penis in your oral cavity? Okay, great. You guys are awesome. Thanks. Have a great night. Thank you, Laura.
Stupid.
I like it
Uh,
right when you said a finger in the anus, or it's close to that, like a truck went by. I was like, "Rrrr." It was like really weird timing. No, the one thing I hate about Zoom comedy is that I know that he mentioned that website, and at least 50% of you just went there on another tab, like right now. People watching at home, people in the room. So now I know you're all on UJIS right now. So please try to concentrate on our next comedian with UJIS in the background, Ian Ryland Smith.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know about you just in the background. You just is in the foreground here. That doesn't work. Now, I have a quick one-liner for you before we get started. This one you need to think about for a little bit, but here it goes. What's the difference between grandma's normal dentures and grandma's party dentures? Her party dentures are easier to take out. Grandma likes to party, let's just say that. A dick sucking joke if you didn't get it. All right. Now, I complain about where I live a lot, South Dakota, but I've been watching the news and it looks like there might be an actual civil war coming to America. And that is where one of the only perks of living in South Dakota comes in. We have no strategic value whatsoever. We got no oil. We're not even geographically strategic. You could just fly over us with an airplane and no one gives a shit. Yeah. No strategic value. But we are getting a lot of COVID cases. And a lot of people who refuse to live in fear of an airborne virus that you can't see and it kills people too. I won't live in fear. These are the same people who live in fear of Mexicans taking their jobs. Not great. Let's see. Well, one of the things of the pandemic is, for the first time in my life, it's not actually my fault that I'm not getting laid. It's society. They got this disease and all that. Oh, yeah. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh, I do all sorts of just terrible shit to my body. I eat junk food. I can't remember the last vegetable I ate. I breathe poison air into my lungs. I drink alcohol. And I do all this not because I'm depressed, but because I know I will face no consequences for it. But there's this thing called climate change. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's not a hoax, and it's going to end the world in about 10 or 15 years, for being generous. So I eat sugar every day. I'm probably pre-diabetic by 38. But the way this climate change is going, I'll be dead probably 33. Oh, Jesus. You guys like this field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Good field. This actually is Nebraska, not South Dakota. South Dakota doesn't have fields like this. And other people aren't in this field. I'm actually the best in the field right now. All right. You guys have been very patient with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ian Ryland Smith. Thank you. I like the field. Your lighting's very good today. I like your lighting. I don't know if you switch it up.
Got my
You're very well.
same lamp.
Same lamp? I don't know. It looks good. You got. I'm like in shadows right now. It looks like I have just a blurry lower mouth, and I don't know why that's the case.
I also have the new camera.
There it is. It's the new camera. Look at this guy. I'll add it. Look at that new camera. Everybody should go get that camera after they vote for Biden on Tuesday. That's
The only problem is the mic
Yeah.
sucks.
the mic sucks. Well,
Yeah.
get a new mic after voting for Biden. Our new comedian, our next comedian is not a new comedian. They're from Chicago, and for some reason, whenever I do a show, she's always on it as well. It's very strange. We have that going on. I think it's happened 4 times out of the only 4 shows I've ever been on. So please welcome Laura Hogg.
Laura.
Yeah, it's because you said we're in the H's when they're scrolling through the alphabet looking to us. This is great because I can really focus on my bangs that are a work in progress. So I was been thinking a lot about pornography lately, about how, I'm sure many people are relying on it more than ever. I will tell you, I look at pornography sometimes. Sometimes I like amateur porn, except if the house is dirty, then if I see a bag of charcoal on the porch, it's over. I can't. All right, that's not really a joke, but there was anyway. I like to watch gay men have sex because it's like I'm looking at 2 good-looking men, and I'm not getting any of the carpal tunnel, or also I'm not doing any of the sucking. But I will say, the older that I get, the men that I'm involved with, I'm much more willing than I was when I was younger to give a blowjob. But the joke's on them because I'm just in it for the neck massage. I grew up in the age of when porn was in a print medium, and it was on magazines, and you kept them under your mattress the way God intended. But it did seem like every all my friends' brothers and fathers had a stack of porn, like, Playboy magazines, and you would look through it. So most of my sexual education came from looking at Playboy magazine and the cartoons, which is weird that I don't have a stronger sexual attraction to Santa Claus, according to that. Okay, if you've never seen a Playboy cartoon, there's a lot of jiggly girls fucking Santa for some reason. But then I remember I finally saw a porn for women. It was Playgirl magazine. This was I just saw one issue, and I remember the centerfold, the spread was the story of a sexy mechanic guy fixing a car, which is totally appropriate because mechanics are always fucking women. But this guy is, when I'm looking back though, I feel like they really didn't put an effort into it. They could have ramped up the production value. I remember that the walls of the automotive garage were very clean. Either they put no effort into it, or it was a new business. So the guy was there, and he's leaning over this car, and he's wearing like a cutoff t-shirt and these really short shorts. I mean, it was the 80s. Everybody wore them, even the president, but still, he was leaning over this car in these incredibly short shorts, and what we're thinking, is OSHA violation. And then he's like seductively leaning over with a wrench, and then so it's like, how are we going to see these genitals though? So he sits down against the wall, which is great that it was clean, and puts his hands up on his knees, and then his dick is just hanging out of his shorts, and that's how we got to see them. Just by his dick flapping out of his shorts. And, I wouldn't call that like some sort of big erotic moment. To me, that was just an awkward moment at a cookout with my Uncle Bill. And turns out he did that shit on purpose. So that's all I have. Thanks.
Hey, Laura Hogg. That sounds like an average Zoom meeting, really. Just wings falling out of shorts. Our next comedian will not have a wardrobe malfunction. He promised me. Please welcome Iggy Love Sky.
Hey guys, give me some snaps, give me some jazz hands. Turn on your mic. Is it Alicia? Did I say it right, Alicia?
Yes.
What's up, girl? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you African American?
Yes, I
Oh
am.
my God, I'm so happy that you're here because now the white people, they can feel comfortable about laughing about black jokes. Because like during the pandemic, like my partner, my boyfriend of 20 years, he's black. And like whenever I do black jokes, if there's not a black person in the room, the white people are like. So thank you for helping everybody feel comfortable about, and so like, and I'm not gonna tell jokes, I'm just being honest. Like I literally lost everything in the pandemic. I lost my job, I lost my savings, I lost my Pornhub password. And I had to move in with my mom in Mexico. Yeah, comedy is what? It's pain plus time. I don't know if enough time has gone by for that to be comedy yet. But like, I'm a 40-year-old man living with his mom in Mexico. And okay. This used to be a cute gay boy. This, like, I literally, I was a Los Angeles 7. I'm a Tijuana 10 now. Not just because the outside of my passport is my Grindr profile. Is the only like in Mexico, the thing that's very sexy is tango papeles. Give me jazz hands if you know what tango papeles means. Okay, we all live in the United States of Mexico. You guys should learn the language. I remember when my first grade teacher, when I moved here from Ukraine, okay? I moved here from Ukraine. I grew up next to Chernobyl. Okay, again, not enough time has passed for that to be funny. That was some shit though. Moving to America during the communist Russian rule during the Cold War. Oh Lord, as a Jew, and then it turned out to be gay. It was like, oh my God. And then we grew up. I was raised by black girls, and we grew up in the hood. And let me tell you, when I would go to synagogue, my challah had the cutest braids. All the rabbis were like, "Where did you learn how to braid like that?" And I'm like, "Girl, let me tell you." I've been having these voices during the pandemic. Like these like psychotic moments, and this headband is like the one thing that's like keeping me sane. And I have these moments where like I'm like, now I'm feeling like I'm like Whitney, like right before she goes to bed. Alicia's like, I'm not finding that funny, that's just too soon, that's too real. Now she's like, okay. And then it's weird because like if I pull it back like down here, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, vato, what you want, man? I got everything you need. Like, seriously, I became a poodle. A poodle is someone who smuggles illegal white people into Mexico. It is a thing. It is a thing. My gardener, his name is Steve. From the Orange County. You think that a Mexican is lazy? Give a Republican a leaf blower. I mean, it's been intense. Like, so when my black friends come to visit me in Mexico, they don't want to do anything. They just want to hang out on the deck. But when white people come, they want to like go rock climbing and go play by the ocean and do all this like dangerous stuff because they think that Mother Nature understands white privilege. And I was like, no, the ocean is not like the police. It will beat you whatever color that you are. My boyfriend thought that joke was hilarious. He thought it was hilarious. When we go to Mexico, he just hangs out on the deck and we just watch white people dive for fun. Guys, that's my time. Thank you so much. All right. Have a good night. Have a good night.
Thank you, Iggy Love Sky. Good seeing you. Your microphone was it sounded like you had one of those like new pop rock microphones or something. It was a little crackly, but
oh,
I think we heard you good. Yeah, I don't know if that was just you or is that my speaker? Was everyone else hearing that? I don't know.
Now I'll fix. Now it's fixed for laughter.
There, I should have just cut you off in your opener. That's what I should have done.
It's all good. Next time.
Stopped you. Okay, guys, we're gonna keep this going. We got another big Biden supporter coming up. Woo! I should stop doing this. I can't stop doing this though. I'm not gonna stop. Alicia Alexi. Hey.
Woo! Hey everyone. So a little over a year ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called Guillain-Barré syndrome, which kind of sounds like a disease I caught from using an off-brand French perfume from the Dollar Tree that was discontinued. Yeah, but really I caught it from eating a piece of undercooked chicken that I got from a street vendor in Brooklyn, New York, which is really bad. It sucks for me because I really love devouring the dead carcass of my enemy, those little cluck cluck bitches. Yeah. And it really fucked up my body, Guillain-Barré. I lost sensation in my hands and limbs. I couldn't walk. I had to use a wheelchair. And so I ended up moving back with my mom and two younger brothers, which was fine, except that they're alt-right Christian conservatives who are also Black. So that's fun. Yeah. And it was a tricky situation because as a liberal atheist, back then closeted queer person, I couldn't really do or say anything without being told off. Like, I couldn't just say, hey, you transphobic, xenophobic, perfectly good waste of human spermatozoa. Can you please buy me a box of tampons, the extra super exorbitant kind? Proud of you. But that's not the worst part. The worst part was because I didn't have any sensations in my hand, it was particularly hard to finger myself properly. Like whenever I tried to spread my legs open, it was like Freddy Krueger was trying to get me off, just like stab, 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 but everywhere. Looking at my time. So I'm convinced that my dad lives inside my vaginal canal. He's been dead for the past 11 years, but he hasn't moved on. Whenever I try to shove up an 8-inch dildo, the muscles involuntarily contract. So a gynecologist would call that vaginismus, a sexual dysfunction. I would call that paternal-induced cock blocking. I don't want to go over my time, so I'm just gonna cut it there. So thank you. I'm Alicia Alexi. So hopefully I didn't go over.
Oh, you didn't know you're good. You had about 10 or 15 seconds left, so good timing on that. Thank you, Alicia Alexi. Good seeing you. I think it might be your first time here, and you are welcome. And that was good. And I'm really confused about what your dad's influence on your body. I don't know. That's frightening. That's very frightening. Our next comedian coming up seems to be stuck in a strange orientation here on his camera. Please welcome Bontrager.
Hey.
Woo! I forgot that I was supposed to surprise you with my Halloween costume of being Upside Down Man. You know, when you do something clever and forget to do the surprise. What the fuck? Oh, it's the furnace. I was like, who is screaming? Okay. Anyways, I bought a vibrator the other day, and I didn't read it proper. I guess I didn't read the description properly. It says it's a mom vibrator, and it just walks around the house complaining about how cold it is. What's the stupid one? So quarantine is the 9/11 of lockdowns. I had tiramisu for breakfast. I really Pearl Harbored that.
Oh God.
I I took a shower this morning. It was a real Hitler.
What?
I want a fourth one. What's a really? Anyways, I'll get there. What's that bad spaceship crash? Was it Columbia?
Yes.
Yes, it was Columbia. Oh well, too many Columbias. Doesn't
Yeah,
stand out enough. Skip that. On to other travesties. So back home. There's a road literally called Gypsy Hill Road. Named after that one time some Hicks killed a bunch of Roma on that there hill. I just imagine a nice little Roma family having a nice little dinner on a hill after doing whatever they, traveling and whatnot, just sitting under the stars like, oh, Martha, isn't this nice? See, physical bits, but it's upside down. Oh, Martha, isn't this so nice? Kill them gypsies. Oh, get the kids, run. Why are you fucking my goat? Kill them gypsies. If you're gonna fuck my goat, please just kill me and get it over with. So then they called it Gypsy Hill Road. I want to know. I thought we only killed Lincoln once. Why are there again literally 344 Lincoln streets in the state of Illinois alone? Like he died once. The guy used one bullet. Like give him a street and a statue and move on. Speaking of other things I ran across, who's this Dogwood person? Over 1,000 dog. I was gonna run back for the number, but people are doing their sets really nice and snappy. Who's this Dogwood person? There's over 1,000 Dogwood streets. What? Who, what? That famous punchline. 30 seconds. More physical bits. Jigglypuff taking a shit. Jiggly. Jiggly. Jigglypuff. 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 Jiggly. Okay, I think that's it, right? 5 seconds left. Thank you, guys.
Von Traeger. Yeah, everybody, I'd like to point out that although we are in lockdown and a pandemic, marijuana is still very legal in Chicago, and I think that was just a good demonstration of that. No, that was interesting. It was distracting to be upside down. I think it would have been really nice, Von Traeger, if somehow you had your necklace floating up, like tie that to just make it seem like you are upside down with one extra bit.
Things we can do to enhance our dumb Zoom bits.
Yeah. And then you can be like, this works better on stage. When I'm upside down on fucking stage, it kills.
So I'd have to fishing line it to the ceiling. God damn it, I need a ladder.
You should do that. You're talking about Lincoln. One thing I learned this week was that Abraham Lincoln was shot. When he was shot, he was in a rocking chair. He was in a fucking rocking chair at a theater.
Oh, that's why he looks so chilled.
That would be so distracting, though, wouldn't it? Like, can you imagine performing comedy just 80 people in rocking chairs? It'd be really.
Well, I get it's on carpet. You just hope they squeak they just WD-40 the chairs up good, right?
But I think that also made John Wilkes Booth had to actually have a pretty good shot because that was a moving target. And I don't think people give him enough credit for that. Guys, I'm going to stop talking about that. That is going nowhere. Well, thank you, Von Traeger. Our next meeting coming up, please welcome Jolly Bean.
Hey, good evening. Please meet my comedy partners. Their biggest dream is one day they will have a lot of money. So they will become millionaires. Let's see what they're talking about tonight. Actually, I got lots of money when I was in the recreational drug business. What? Are you selling drugs? No, actually, I purchased the marijuana stocks, and only within a couple of days later, I tripled my net worth. So I think that's our fastest way to become millionaires. You know, George Carlin said, that's why they call it the American dream. You have to be asleep to believe it. I think that is too dark. So my version is, that's why they call it the American dream. If you ride the wave of the marijuana stocks, or just stay in your hallucination and never wakes up. And when I'm thinking I got money because somebody got their brain cells damaged, I'm so proud of myself. I'm thinking of trying stocks again this time to get some fast money. Okay, let's do it. And a couple of weeks later, they lost all of their money. Let's see. I close my Robin Hood. Only overnight, all my money's gone. Big bear dream, broken inside my heart. Now I'm penniless. Dust in the wind. All the money is dust in the wind. They say it's the bear market. How come we lost all of our money? You just shouldn't trust the humans. Like Donald Trump said, it's just the flu. It will be over. But you see what it's like now. I have a dream that one day the stock market will rise up and all traders, the Wall Street bulls, and the average investors will be treated equal. Oh, I don't think so. But only our money will be treated equal. But you shouldn't complain about that. Remember Jesus Christ? He said the 10 cents from the poor widow values the same as the tens of money from the rich. So the stock market, they already got 10 trillions of money, but still they want our 10 cents. But that's what Jesus Christ is like. You have nothing to complain about. And I have a dream that one day the price of the stocks will not be judged by the value of the companies, but only by the color of our skin. Yeah, that means when I grow, all the stocks will be like, go stocks, go stocks, go. And when I raw, let the stock market fall, it crumbles. One day when the money comes, it'll be ours. It'll be ours. Whoa, one day. Do I still have time?
30 seconds.
Okay. Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Who are you? I'm the Cubs. I was born 1870, so I'm already very old. But young folks, if you want to become rich, you need patience. I waited 118 years until I got my first World Series champion.
Thank you, Jolly Bean.
Yeah, I think.
That was good. I think that combined musical comedy and prop comedy and sound financial advice. I think those are the three bases that we covered. Thank you very much for that. I'm gonna keep going, guys. We got to do this, and then stick around to the Fast Minute Comedy, which is coming up at the end. We only got like 4 or 5 more comics, depending on if people show up or not. I don't know. Sometimes people don't show up. Our next meeting coming up, Ying Vigilant.
Hey, thank you, Mark.
Hey.
Happy to know that you're phone banking for Joe Biden too. And
Yeah.
Jolie, she just left. She talked 4 minutes about stock, but I just have one word. If you don't have money or don't have enough money, stay the fuck out of stock market. See, I bought marijuana stock too. I have, like, Jesus Christ, I don't give a fuck. I can tell you right here, I bought it 40, right now it's 5. You know why? So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have money, don't fucking play stock market. If you lose money, don't whine, okay? The money that you afford to lose, then you play. Okay, moving on. Okay. So I have been volunteer for Joe Biden in 2020 for a week now on phone banking. So I called about, I think it's 5 states now: Florida, Texas, Michigan, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. This morning I was calling 3 hours, you know, and you know, Mark, if you did it, you know, 90% of the phone, we don't get to talk to people, either phone, you know, message machine, or just nobody pick up the phone, right? So most of the time you're leaving messages. So anyway, so this morning I was trying to leave message and I started coughing. You know, it's like, I'm a volunteer for Joe Biden, right? But I realized I cannot stop because their, you know, message machine is on. So I had to finish. And I just say, please, I'm just trying to remind you to vote before November 3rd or on November 3rd. Then I hung up the phone. And I felt really bad because I kind of feel bad people have to listen to my cough, you know, when they hear the message machine. But then, you know, I turn around on a second thought, it's okay. You know, at least I didn't fart when their message machine is on, right? So I guess it's not that bad, you know? What I'm saying is, like, it could be worse, you know? They could hear me farting. So I said, okay, that is my glass is half full scenario. So once I get that idea, I turn around on a third thought. I was like, might as well. I'm gonna play into it, right? So the next few phone calls, I actually did this. I'm like, as soon as the answering machine is on, I start coughing. Oh my God, I'm really sick. I'm really sick, but I'm still volunteer for Joe Biden 2020. Please, you know, make sure you remember to vote or sending your ballot, you know. So it's like, wow. I think if people don't vote, hear me fucking sick and coughing and volunteer, you know, they are not human beings. Okay. Anyway, so another thing I noticed that Mark, as you know, they have a script that you can read off when you start talking to people, you know, and the script start like when somebody picks up the phone, it's like, is this Mark Holmback? My name is Yin. I'm volunteer for Joe Biden. So after like only probably 30 hour in, you figure out really quick. People have no patience hearing a total stranger calling their name. You know what I'm saying? So I know I need to cut the chit chat right away to get to the point, you know. So later I change the script. I just use my own script, you know. So what I do is I pick up the phone. I'll just say, I am a volunteer for Joe Biden. And then away. See, if people hang up on me, I know right away that's Republican. Okay. If people haven't hung up on me, so I know it's Democrat, you know. And so I said, okay, they're still haven't hung up. So I go next line. So I'll say, I just try to remind you to mail in your punchline. And people say, what? It's like, I got you, you know, I got your attention. So I say, yes. As I'm trying to remind you, you know, mail in your punchline before November 3rd, or go to the polling station to deliver your punchline on November 3rd. So people will tell me they vote or not. Anyway, moving on.
You're over time. I let you keep going because you're encouraging people to vote. I let you go a little bit longer. You get an extra minute to tell people to vote for Joe Biden. It's kind of an unofficial rule.
So one thing I found very interesting is Michigan. You know, oh, I'm already past my time.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
It's,
oh my God,
it's all good. I flipped the script too. I realized that as soon as I tell people that I was calling from a campaign or some sort of group, then they would stop talking to me. So I would just not say that. And I was just a stranger calling them, talking about voting, and then see how far I would get. And then I would tell them, you know, in Texas, you can't just pick a party and just check off at the top and vote straight ballot. You have to go to each each one and actually vote Democrat on each one, and then they'd go, oh. So I'd sneak it in there all after they're talking to me for 2 minutes, and then I would be people would swear at me. People would go, yeah, I'm voting for Biden. Yeah. Like, what else can I do? That's it. It was really, really depressing. But you know what? I mean, if you could energize people out of rage against the opposite rage, I don't know. We're gonna do this. Our next community coming up is Cole Sally.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. That is so weird that people rage at you after you've revealed you work for the candidate they're voting for. You. You're working for him, you son of a bitch. Don't call me. God damn it. That is so strange. Happy. You know, you guys are getting the word out. Man, I'm getting bored with the pandemic. I'm getting really desperate for things to do. I am. That sounds like the least of our problems. That I'm bored. I'm getting over this. Okay, science, so get it together. But I am really getting bored. I got back into Legos recently. I forgot a lot about Legos. First of all, I forgot how expensive they were. I mean, they're basically the price of a kilo of cocaine. I bought one of those sets and I can't pay my rent anymore. So, but fuck it, evict me. I'll repurpose those Legos. I don't care. Make a hut out of them. And I also didn't know that there's so many different choices of Legos. When I went to the store, I mean, you've got like Star Wars, you've got all these other shows. Avengers has their own Lego set. They even have Legos for adults, which is what I got, or pseudo adults who don't want to be adults and still want to be children. That's the Legos that I gravitated toward. They were architectural wonders of the world. And they had, I got the Eiffel Tower. But they had like, the Statue of Liberty, they had Empire State Building, Golden Gate Bridge, Jeffrey Epstein's Island. It was strange they had that one because, it said 17 and under on it. And I thought, that's inappropriate. But either way, I got maybe that's too harsh, too soon. I got the Eiffel Tower one. Anyway, we'll move on from Legos. I recently had to put my grandmother in a home, which is sad. Before the pandemic happened, she had to go. Granny Annie is what I call her, because Ann is her name and Grandma is her first name. She's it's bittersweet to see your grandmother have to go to a home because, it's bitter because it's your grandmother and you're not going to see her as much. And it's sweet because you're not going to see her as much. So she's somebody else's problem now. But if you've never been to an old folks home, I recommend it. It's an experience. I think you should go. I think everybody should go. It's like Disneyland. You've got to experience it to believe it. Unlike Disneyland, it's not fun. I compare it to like walking through the opening credits of American Horror Story in a VR headset. Everywhere you look, there's just something a little bit off. Like, oh my God, he's quick. I thought he was still in the corner. And oh, look, she's still staring at me. But my grandma has been there for about 3 months, Granny Annie. She's doing well. Like another famous Anne from history, she still thinks she's going to make it out of there alive, but that's not going to happen. She's well, I'm doing my physical therapy. Oh yeah, are you? What'd you do? Move your knee slightly to the left? Come on, get real. What Turner Classic movie do you want to watch tonight? All right, I got to get out of here. This room smells like piss, and it's got the climate of Death Valley in August. I got to get out. I'm sweating my ass off. But before the pandemic happened, we had this lunch, and my whole family came. I got there late. So all the seats were taken. I was hoping to miss it. And I looked over and there's this lady there with nobody sitting with her. And there's all these chairs around her. So I thought, I'm going to go over and I'll ask her for a chair. Before I continue, there are two types of people in an old folks home. Type 1 is the type that don't stop staring at you. Type 2 is the type that won't look at you even if you were offering them a free hip replacement. She was type 2. I didn't know this. So I went over and I was like, hey, are you going to use all of these chairs? She's nothing. She's still in her own zone. I said, excuse me, are you going to use all of these chairs? And still nothing. So I said, oh, is that Bob Hope? And she kind of looked up like, ugh. And I said, oh, no, you just missed him. Anyway, now that I have your attention, are you going to use all of these? And she just said, Sarah's coming. I said, okay, well, that is the creepiest thing you could have said. I'm going to go stand before you tell me to get all the way in the oven to clean it. You have a nice lunch. And I went over and I stood, and about halfway through the lunch, I look over and Sarah had arrived, and Sarah was a Raggedy Ann doll. Just one of them, not a whole flock, and it was being spoon-fed rice pudding. What a bitch she was. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you guys so much.
Hey, Cole, do you have a couch in your bedroom? Because that's awesome.
Yeah, well, I have a couch in my one room of my apartment. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna
So
say the only thing that I normally don't criticize people's houses, but is your headboard against a window? Because that would scare the shit out of me. I would be
It
afraid
is.
of hands coming through at
Yeah.
any point. I'm a very scared person.
I'm on the second floor, so it's not too bad, but yeah.
You're braver than I am. Guess who's also really brave? Our next comedian, because he's going to the polls on Tuesday to vote for Biden, Gregory Matthews.
I am not going to the polls on Tuesday because that would be a public health nightmare. I voted 2 weeks ago for Joe Biden because I'm a sane person. Okay. So when I moved out of my house when I was 18 years old, my dad gave me 2 pieces of advice. The first one was whenever a woman asks how old she looks, you should always say 22. And the other one is that you should only get investment advice from people on a Zoom open mic. It was very prescient advice. Okay, so I don't know how you celebrated Halloween during COVID, but my family celebrated by killing a dog. Spooky. And by that I mean we had to put one of our 2 dogs down yesterday because she had cancer. But I need to tell jokes about it to bury the real, actual, deep sadness that I can't express any other way because I'm a man. Shit, that's real. It's okay. But it was extra tragic because we had to put the good one down, so now we're left with the shitty one. We have 2 dogs, and this other one sucks. And when we got to the vet to put the good one down, I asked the vet if there was any 2-for-1 discounts on putting dogs down. And turns out vets don't think that's as funny as I do. They did not laugh at that one. Sort of like you guys not laughing at that joke either. So my 4-year-old a few nights ago asked if she was going to die someday because we knew the dog was going to have to be put down. It was so bad. So she was talking about death and am I going to die someday? And I told her yes, but not for a really, really long time. And I gave her a big hug, but she started crying. And then she asked what happens after we die. And so I told her that some people believe that we get wings and we fly around with it in heaven and you get to wear a beautiful dress. And she said, I don't want wings. And I was like, oh, okay, well, some people believe that you come back as an animal. And she said, I don't want to come back as an animal. And so I said, all right. Well, some people believe that after we die, our bodies disintegrate and nothing else happens for the rest of eternity, and all of life is ultimately meaningless. And she stopped crying right away. I'm a great dad. So anyway, so while I was at the vet, we saw a sticker that said, it said, "Not all heroes wear capes" in the window at the vet's office. And I every time I see that, I'm just like, let's fucking calm down here a bit. If I made a list of people who are important during the pandemic, the people who make sure my guinea pig doesn't have fleas aren't exactly at the top of the list. The most heroic thing vets do is induce vomiting if a dog eats chocolate. Now, don't get me wrong, I love animals, but calling vets heroes is a bit of a stretch. When I think of a hero, I think of like a firefighter or an ER doctor or people in the military. You know, something that you can make a good TV drama out of, like, you know, ER or Chicago Fire. But you could never do a vet TV drama. Here's what that would look like. So let's say I'm a vet ER doctor. The paramedics come in. Oh my God, we got a dog with a gunshot wound. And I would be like, well, just put it down. It's a dog. And then another time they come in and be like, oh my God, we have a cat with massive internal bleeding from a car accident. And I'd be like, well, again, it's just a cat. Why don't we just put it down? And that would be all of the episodes. Me as an ER doctor going, well, it's just an animal. Just put it down. You can't salvage it. Okay, all right. So I got pulled over by the cops once, and they searched my car for weed because they said it smelled like old fried chicken. That's a true story. I've never heard that before or since. But this turned me into a criminal. And now I know Mobb Deep says that there ain't no such thing as halfway crooks, but there are. But I'm only like a 1% criminal. I'm only a 1% criminal. And that's why when I'm at CVS and I self-checkout and it asks me how many bags I need, I say 0, but I take a bag. But then I realized that I'm not stealing from CVS. It's actually tax evasion. So now I'm really worried. That's how they got Capone. That's how they got Gotti. That's even how they got Wesley Snipes. Thank you. I'm Greg Matthews. That's my time.
Hey, Gregory Matthews. Yeah, no, I like that. I think I would watch that show on Animal Planet. I would watch it. It's just a dog. That's what it'll be called. It's
They
Just a
actually,
Dog.
they actually made. I looked this up. They actually made one called. There was a special. There was a reality show called Yvette's Things Pets Swallow. That's a real. It was a real. Show. It was a real special on the Animal Planet.
My dog ate like a whole batch of raw pizza dough, and I had to take him to the emergency vet and induce vomiting. And they were saying they've never seen that much of like anything come out of a dog before. I don't know. He ate his own weight in it. It's pretty
Did you
amazing.
go to MedVet or Blue Pearl?
The MedVet, the one on Clybourne over there, but now it's on California. This is all local vet reviewing show on Zoom. Everybody, thanks for joining in.
Yeah, that's an impressive facility.
Our next performer is going to give us more local to Chicago emergency veterinary advice. Please welcome Kevin Kellum.
Listen, if you got a horse and your horse ate what Mark Anthony's horse ate, I don't know, you're fucked. Go to Skokie. I don't know what to say about it. Yeah. How's everyone doing? You guys doing good? All right.
Yeah.
Everyone staying safe. All right. Everyone CBDing so they can deal with the anxiety of reality at the moment. That's kind of where we're all at. One thing I've realized recently is how much my family doesn't respect me. And like deeply. I'm from an Irish Catholic family, so we're already driven by shame. Shame is the coal engine in our Catholic bodies that keeps us going down the road. And my mom has a dirty shovel. She is just shoveling it in there, you know, and she's making that engine go choo, choo, choo. Or for me, choo, choo. So it sucks because I know my mom has 5 kids. Okay, 5 kids. And let me go to this. Gregory, you're there, right? Greg, turn your mic on there, Greg.
Yes,
Greg,
I'm here.
how many siblings in your family, Gregory?
Siblings?
Yeah, how many siblings you got?
I have 2 little sisters.
You have 2 little sisters. So are you the oldest? You're
I'm
the
the
oldest of the
oldest,
children?
yes.
All right, so amongst the Matthews children, where do you rank in your mother's heart?
Oh, number 1, solidly.
Number 1, she tells that to 2 other people that you know. Okay, like you know what I mean? Like that's what's going on. With me, it's an understanding that I am not number 1, nor am I of the 5 children my mom has brought into the world. Of the 5 children, I'm not even number 5. You know what I mean? I like in my mom's heart, I'm a solid 19. There are dead pets in my family's history that outrank me right now. Okay. There is a hamster I had during the Clinton administration, you know, that outranks me. A dog that sat in my mom's lap during when she watched the OJ trial. That's beating me out right now. I got a brother 4 years younger than me, has a master's in chemical engineering. Okay. He knew he had COVID before he got a test. All right. None of us know if we have COVID before we get a test. All right. He could turn a Mountain Dew into a Dr. Pepper for fun. I can't afford a Dr. Pepper. I'm from a Dr. Skipper household, if you know what I mean. And if you know what that is, you've been to Aldi. So another one that's a little bit more controversial. This one kind of rattles people the wrong way. I used to say this on stage a few years ago when I had a lot less material, and I got a whole bunch of material from it because a few years ago I used to talk about my brother. He's 20-year veteran of the Chicago Police Department. 20 years on the streets for the city of Chicago. Now, when I would say that a few years ago, Gregory, everyone would clap. They would all clap. They would applaud. Oh, what a wonderful thing. But now they don't do that because they read the news. And you can still applaud for my brother because you don't read about him in the news. Just does his job, you know, like that's it, not being publicized for the things he does. He has 3 life-saving awards. 3 life-saving awards. My brother's a 3-time Pro Bowl cop. Let me put that into sports analogies, all right? 3 times he got a medal from the city that says lifesaver on it. It says lifesaver on it. When I read it, it says mom loves him more. That's all that it says. Okay. I can't compete with that. My brother ran into a burning building, saved a family of 7 people. He's such a good cop. He's doing a firefighter's job at the same goddamn time. Do you understand? He's kicking down the door of a flaming building, shooting into the fire like that will put it out and still saving people's lives. All right. Another time, tackled a man with a loaded machine gun in a liquor store. That also happened in the movie RoboCop. Making my brother a better cop than RoboCop, who has 4 movies about him. All right. My brother has no movies. And by the way, he's not like RoboCop, who's covered in metal. Good for you, Murphy. Good for you. You're covered in metal. All right. My brother just gets a vest that he has to buy, like he's a catcher on a little league baseball team. All right. It's so BS. You want to take down a cop? I'm not saying you should kill him. No, don't do that. We don't want to kill anybody, right? We don't want to kill anyone. All right. You want to maim and injure? Well, I'm not supporting it, but you're going to aim for the dick or the balls every time. Every time. All right. You know they don't have a shield protector there. All right. Codpiece for Cops, my new fraudulent charity. You know, blue balls matter. We can agree on that. All right. I'm done. Bye, Mark. Back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. That was great. That was really good. I like a lot of those buttons were new and I like them, and that was good. We have one.
I like you call them buttons. Those little buttons you added to it.
Put a little button on that joke. We got one comic, and then we do the fast minute in comedy. So please welcome
go,
Biden supporter Josh DiDonato.
Woohoo!
I hope we're not recording this. We'll see. Oh man, fuck! How was your Halloween? All right, don't all answer at once. This is one of my roughest Halloweens ever. I'm never dressing up again. I'm just saying this right now. I'm never dressing up again for Halloween. There was this virtual thing, and yeah, it was just a bad call, I guess. I don't know. I went yesterday for Halloween as a tranny. And just that's a hard costume to pull off nowadays. I went to the Zoom my gay friends were having, and most people just do not know what the transmission of a car looks like, you know? So a lot of questions, very bulky, the transmission costume. Okay, I don't know. Ooh, should we go? Have you thought about this? This was something people talked about in 2017. I think those conversations are starting up again. The idea of leaving the country, right? If based on what happens on Tuesday, if Trump is reelected.
Already left.
You know. Sorry?
Already left. Yep.
Okay, I don't know who that was, and I'm gonna just move on. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. I think there's only one way that can work, is that we all have to leave. Just everybody who doesn't support Trump, just get the fuck out of here. Let those people just burn this place to the ground. Come back in a few years, rebuild. You know. Think about all the groups that would leave. You know what I mean? Immigrants, Latinos, Black people, LGBT, Muslim, a lot of Jews, women with self-respect. So many different groups would leave. All the arts, TV, film, music, gone, right? Kanye would stay. But like, think about just what a boring ass country this would be. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of creeps and geezers. You know? Think about it. This could be a country where Scott Baio is the best actor in the country. This could be a place where Kid Rock is the second best rapper in the country. I don't know. And then you got to figure out where you're going to go. You know, I have Italian, Russian, Jewish, and English heritage. I think Russia is just out for me. You know, we're about to have their same form of government, so that seems a bit redundant. Italy, I think I could fuck with Italy, maybe. Israel, I don't know. If I want to experience daily gun violence, might as well just stay here. I think I would tend towards England. You know, don't have to learn a new language. And I feel like a lot of Americans would pick England, you know, which would be weird if like millions of Americans, you know, claimed asylum in England. Just like, hey, we're back, you know. There's so many, like they might have to build a wall or a moat, I guess, and have Scotland pay for it. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. And then maybe we come back and let the Native Americans run things for a while. You know, they couldn't do a worse job, right? You guys remember we stole this country? Anyone? Yeah, maybe that's Donald Trump's, what his plan was when he said, make America great again, just burn everything down, turn it over to the natives. Like if that was his plan, then I'm on board, you know? All right. There's more to that bit, but you're either all muted or this was my worst set of November 2020. All right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh. Sit around for the fastest minute. If you got another joke, save it for that. But my plan is, and I think we should all do this, is move to Canada and ruin Canada. You know, if we all go somewhere else, we're just going to ruin it. That's what we're going to do. We're gonna bring our bullshit with us and make it worse. America 2, new America. That's what will make them rename Canada. We will absolutely ruin any country if we all go to the same one. That's all I'm saying.
Do it.
Let's do it. I say we do it. Let's ruin it. Ruin Canada, guys. Vote Biden. Ruin Canada. Those are the two plans. We're gonna start the Fast Minute Comedy. Our first video coming up. Please welcome back Gary Hughes. Go, 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 go.
Oh, hey. Yeah, speak for yourself, man. I never had a fair chance in this country to begin with, so it'd be great to start a new one that's not ran by Puff Daddy. He's trying to do his own party, by the way, so that's going to be kind of interesting. I'm not doing jokes. So much Biden talk, you guys make me sick. I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited to hear all these Biden sets. I ain't got no problem with Biden. I voted for Biden, but yeah, anyway. That's it. That's all I have. That's my rant. That's good.
Ralph Anthony, are you there? Are you there, Ralph? I don't know if Ralph's there. I'm gonna ask him to unmute. Otherwise, I'm gonna skip him and come back. Where's our next comedian then? Oh man, it's falling apart. The Fast Minute's falling apart. Ian Ryland Smith, go, 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 go.
I used to not like Biden, but he's growing on me. And I think he's just an old man who's trying to get into heaven. But before he can, he has to make things right because he fucked shit up earlier with the whole crime bill and shit. But he's like, oh, I'm going to undo that shit, and that's how I'm going to get into heaven. That's what God will forgive me for. I'm going to get into heaven. I'm Joe Biden. I'm going to get into heaven by reversing racism.
Yeah, Laura Hogg, go, 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 go.
You know, I'm a vegan, and I'm not prepared for this. I mean, I was here the whole time, but all of a sudden I'm just like, I don't know. I was thinking about how, I want to have my reproductive rights, protected, but I only have about 15 minutes left on that meter. So pretty soon it's going to be me arguing with white men about storage, but I will put my shoes up there because I have a lot of shoes. And that's I support this message. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Sky, are you gonna start your stuff? Where'd you go? Oh, he's
I'm here. I just have internet problems. It's insane. Thank you. My mom, she's from Ukraine. She's super supportive with my comedy. She sits there behind the screen and she's like, not funny. When are you gonna tell a joke? Laura Hogg, she was funny. You just desperate. And I started writing in a journal to make myself feel better. And she's like, you know what? Journals are for pussies, faggots, and Americans. The only thing we use journals for in Russia is toilet paper. We just take it, shove it up our crack, and there you go. That's Russian emotions for you. Thank you, everybody, for laughing.
Thank you. Alicia, Alexi, go, 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 go.
I have one joke. So I lost about 145 pounds within an 18-month span, which is great, except that my breasts look like a couple of deflated Snoopys hanging from my chest. That's all I have.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Ralph Anthony because he's back.
Hey,
Come on,
all
stop.
right.
Go.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. All right. I hate the fact that America's so body positive. I think body positive is the biggest scam that we have in our country. Listen, America is so body positive that we now have type 2 diabetes. There's a thing called FLR. It's called female-led relationships, and apparently it's a fetish. Just goes to show you how crazy this lockdown has turned people into thinking normal relationships are a fetish. Okay. White women say that the name Karen is their version of the N-word. They're taking a terrible name for a woman and comparing it to an entire race of oppressed people. Such a white woman thing to do. Jesus, to act as if they're black? What? Listen, white women can't say that they're black until they've been in a store and followed around by security because who knows she came in here just so she could speak with the manager.
Yeah, triggers. Go.
Oh shit! My dad went to the store the other day to get a new kombucha starter. That was over 70 years ago. Halloween take on that joke. Fuck. What was the other one? My vagina is so taboo it eats dog for breakfast. Yeah, it eats dog meat. You get it from dogs. You can buy its new book. I eat bitches for breakfast. Fuck. 20 seconds. Buy gold, buy. Thanks. Next.
Yeah. Vigilant. Go.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was wondering, where are those apocalypse preachers? Right. So when the gay marriage was legalized, it's like, oh, that's ending coming. Apocalypse, is coming. But now we're in the middle of pandemic. We're in the deep shit of pandemic apocalypse. Where are those preachers telling us end is coming? Where are they? If you remember, a couple months ago, they're telling us it was just the fucking flu. It just flew. Yeah. So, yeah, we are in the fucking apocalypse, okay? Pandemic. So, what I'm saying is, after this is over, if I hear one more time these preachers telling us apocalypse, I'm just saying, fuck you. You are the apocalypse.
Yeah. Get you Cole. Get on down here.
Oh my God. I'm not going to be able to redeem that set that I did. I'm voting for Biden. I'll tell you that. That'll make the crowd like me. It's a very. I already voted for him. Yeah. I think global warming's a real issue. It's not fake science. So let's get out there. I do like commenting just to keep my life a little spicy. I like to comment on my friends' old family ski pictures. Where's your global warming now? And disappear. That's a fun thing to do. But anyway, I think I'm running out of a minute. You guys go do that if you're bored. Thank you.
Gregory Matthews, go.
My least favorite part about the holidays is decorating. You got to do Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. You got to put decorations up, take them down, repeat. It's a nightmare. That's why on October 1st, I get a turkey, I cut its head off, I put both the head and the body in a decorative box wrapped in festive paper, and then I leave the box on the porch until December 31st. I'm good for the rest of the year. I'm killing 3 birds with 1 stone by killing 1 bird.
All right.
Okay. That's stupid. Wait, no, there's more. That's stupid.
Oh.
All right. Hey everybody. I have time left. Hey everybody, don't worry. If Roe vs. Wade gets overturned, you can always go to Maine and get an abortion from Michael Caine, assisted by Spider-Man. Parts of a rub and tug ranked. Number 2, the rub. Number 1, the tug. Thank you very much. I'm Greg Matthews.
Yeah, now we got Kevin Kelman, Andy Milne.
Hey, Andy,
Oh,
Andy,
shit.
play him a song. We got a minute. Go.
Oh shit. Okay, so it's like there's football, but it's also Halloween's over, so it's also kind of Christmas.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go now. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go now. We're riding in a wonderland of Christmas and football. It's both. It's Christmas and football. It's Christmas and football. Oh man. Oh,
What you gotta say about it?
What do
dude?
I gotta say about it?
Yeah.
Oh man, Christmas and football, it's great. It's all the concussions and all the love for the holidays. Give it to him, play him out. Let him know, Andy. At night, I think of you. I want to be an man. If your game is on, give me a call, boo. If your love is strong, gotta get my all to you. Now I think of you. I want to be your lady, baby. When your game is on, give me a call, boo. Day I pray that my heart can. I don't know the verse.
Go to Josh Piedinato.
The soulful sounds of Kevin Kellum on Drive Time Radio. Kind of missing Holocaust deniers lately. Missing isn't the word. Appreciating, I think, which is an atypical statement from a Jewish gentleman, certainly. But Holocaust deniers are wrong and are lying when they say the Holocaust didn't happen. But when they do that, more people don't die in the Holocaust. Coronavirus deniers are actively killing people by saying that the coronavirus is not happening. So kind of have to tip your hat to the Holocaust deniers. Thank you and good evening.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, guys. We do this every week. Go vote. Earlier Tuesday or mail in your ballots. Get them postmarked.
Too late to mail. Too late to mail.
Too late to mail.
Do not mail.
Do not mail.
Not mail.
Drop them off somewhere then if you have to do that, guys. But we'll see you next week, and we'll maybe have important news, I think. So